This is arguably the #1 factor that can determine whether an article performs well online or not. It has a massive effect on SEO, readability, user experience, and bounce rate. If you haven't guessed it yet, I'm talking about subheadings. Yes, subheadings. I'm not exaggerating, they are really that important. So in this video, I'd like to share with you some do's and don'ts that'll guide you in creating the perfect subheading for every article. Let's do this. Think of yourself as a reader. When you click on an article, how do you decide whether to dive into it or hit the back button and bounce back to the search results? Exactly. You skim through the article's different sections to find out if any of them can answer your question. And when readers land on your page, they'll usually do the same. That's why our first tip is to always make sure your subheadings are rich in information. Prioritize a descriptive subheading over a catchy one. Don't try using your subheadings as cliffhangers, like novelists do when they're trying to build suspense. Just let people know what your article is about so that they don't leave you and go back to Google. 2. Use your keywords. Google search prioritizes headings and subheadings to determine which queries your page can answer. So use your keywords in your subheadings and make sure they convey your article's main message. 3. Don't repeat yourself. I know I just said you should use keywords in your subheadings, but don't get too obsessed. One of the most common mistakes when it comes to subheadings is trying to force in too many keywords and jeopardizing your ability to add any value. As a reader, there's really nothing more annoying than a bunch of subheadings that really don't say anything new. So like I mentioned earlier, subheadings are great for SEO, but don't force it. Your primary focus should still be creating the best reading experience possible. 4. Now here's a general tip. How do you know how many subheadings to use? You want to make sure each subheading appears at the bottom of the page before the previous one disappears at the top. That way, you are always giving your readers something to look forward to, and you make it easier for them to keep engaging with your text. If you're looking for a number, 200 to 300 words per section should do the charm. But keep in mind, this may vary according to font size and spacing. So take a look at your article's preview and make sure you manage to fit 2 titles on each page before publishing. 5. Ask questions. Here's a great way to apply all the tips I mentioned till this point. If you want to create subheadings that are rich in information, that will improve your SEO score without repeating yourself, and while breaking up your text into small enough sections, just use each subheading to ask a question, and then answer it in the following paragraph, like so. Title: How to bake cookies. Subheading: What ingredients do you need for baking cookies? What do you need to get ready before baking cookies? How do you make cookie dough? And so on. This format works really well with almost every article. Okay, that's all. I think I'm gonna make some cookies now. If you like this video, check out our previous one about creating clickable titles. I mean, what good is there in writing perfect subheadings when your heading sucks?